What's up everybody, Joe here with Good Old Scratch Custom Apparel. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you all for tuning into this video. I'm excited to share with you the step-by-step process of putting together the Prestige R2 Pro DTF printer. And if you've been following this far with me, you know that I'm new to the DTF world, direct to film, and this is a new piece of machinery for me. So I want to share my journey along the way to hopefully inspire you, maybe consider using DTF in the future. Hopefully clear up some questions or concerns that you might have about it. So we're going to jump right into this video. But before we do, please make sure you like and subscribe. And please leave comments if you have questions about anything along the way. And I'll try to help as best as I can. And it helps me create content. So we're going to hop right into it. And I'll see you on the other side. Okay, when you open up the box of Prestige R2 Pro, you'll see a bunch of accessories, user manual. Hang on to everything, don't throw anything away. 2 people to lift the Prestige out and place it carefully onto a sturdy tabletop, or in my case, an old freezer. I'm doing the best I can, people. Place the waste tank at a lower position than the printer. Let gravity do its thing. Next, you're going to add that component to the back of the Prestige R2 Pro with the 5 bolts. You can hand screw them in, but then you're going to need an Allen wrench to properly tighten them all up. Then take the 2 feed roller components, slide them onto the 2 rods. Make sure that the feed roller components are in the correct orientation. Then you're going to load up your media, making sure that the print side is facing up. And with all new toys, it's always fun to remove the visible tape. Then open the lid and more tape. Remove the tape from the printer bed. And don't forget that plastic lining near the printer rail. Then with a Phillips screwdriver, you're going to remove the 2 bolts on the lid. Okay, now you're going to find that yellow tag that's connected to a carriage lock. It has 2 bolts that you have to unbolt with the Phillips screwdriver and then carefully remove the bracket. Once the tag and bracket are out, you're going to take those 2 bolts and screw them back into place. Be sure not to throw that bracket away. I just recommend hanging on to everything. Now you're going to take the power cord and place it into the printer and then plug the opposite side into an outlet. Now let's power this bad boy up. Release the top emergency button. If the display screen says idle, turn it back off. Open the front right cover and turn the knob counterclockwise till you see the blue wiper drop below the carriage. Now carefully shift the carriage over to the left. Now you want to remove the cover of the motherboard by loosening the 5 screws. Yes, loosen, don't take them out, be careful. Once all the screws are loosened, carefully remove the cap upwards. Now we're going to do the same for the printer carriage. Loosen up the screws on both sides. Loosen them, don't take them off, and then carefully lift the lid upward. Now we're almost ready for an ink charge. So take your CMYK ink bottles, you're going to shake each color for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then for the white bottle, you're going to shake for about 20 seconds. Let it rest for about 5 minutes so the air bubbles can subside. Alright, let's fill some ink reservoirs. Each container is labeled with the corresponding color, so make sure you're using the correct one. Each container is about 1 liter in volume, but you only want to fill it up about halfway, so about 500 milliliters each. When capping the container, you're going to secure it all the way, and then you're going to give it a quarter turn to loosen it up. That way some air can have access. Right now you shouldn't be seeing any ink heading towards the print head. If there are no issues, turn the printer back on. The printer carriage should move back to the capping station. Next, open up the side panel. You're going to access that knob in the back which controls the white ink circulation. Make sure that knob is turned all the way to the right. Now we're going to head to the control panel. You're going to hit Menu. Click the down arrow 3 times till you get to head maintenance. And hit enter, then hit the down arrow twice again to get to fill ink, hit enter, leave the option on to head, then hit enter and the ink will begin charging. Let the charge run for about 2 minutes and then you're going to hit cancel. Next, you're going to perform a head cleaning by pushing the cleaning button. Let that run through its process. Then do it again. Press that cleaning button. Okay, to the back of the printer we go. We're going to take our media and feed it underneath the bar in the back. Then we're going to lift up that lever that's on the right. And that's going to release our pinch wheels. This way we can feed our media all the way through. Keep your media taut, and once it's all set, you're going to shut that lever down to secure the pinch wheels. Now we're going to turn on the ink alarm system. The blinking light is going to indicate which ink is low. You're going to simply go back and refill it the same way you did in the beginning. Hell yeah. Alright, let's go back to the side panel, back to that knob, and you're going to turn it counterclockwise about halfway. We're going to put the caps back on the print head, so I'm going to use the up arrow to bring the media back, and the left arrow to bring the carriage out. Start with the large cap first, and place it carefully back into position. And then tighten the 2 screws on both sides. Then repeat the same process for that top cap. And you're going to close the printer cover and attach the 2 screws that we removed earlier. Our final step is to move the printer carriage back, so just hit enter and we're done. And that's all it takes. Obviously, things were sped up just for time purposes, but you get the gist of it. The actual time that it took for me to put that together was just under an hour. So it wasn't that bad. For somebody that's never used it, just following the manual, it wasn't as daunting as I thought it would be. And now it's all set up. Now that's just putting the printer together. Now there are steps that you're going to want to follow afterwards to make sure that your head alignment is correct, that the nozzles are firing off correctly. I'm not going to really go into too much detail on that in videos. It's a little bit harder for me to film it because these are very specific things that you have to do. But if you have a DTF and you want to know how, obviously you can contact your DTF manufacturer and they will be able to get on the phone with you and walk you through the steps on what happens after. Then you install the RIP software that's going to run the printer and where you're going to upload your artwork and send it to the printer. So all those steps you're going to do, but obviously if you have a DTF, you're going to know or follow the directions so that you do it in the correct order. I just wanted to show you putting the printer up, setting it up, charging it, and so on. So that was just my little step-by-step. I hope that helped. So if you want to get more technical information about the Prestige R2 Pro, the software, the accessories, so on and so forth, check out the link that's in the description below. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow along. Leave comments with questions if you have any. I'll be sure to get to you. Thank you all so much for watching this video. And keep being a rock star.
I was thinking quite a lot about one thing in particular, like